Help people understand how that disease talks to you and why it's such a disease.
Okay, Drew. You know, my thoughts and prayers go out to Robin's family. He was a kind man, and he was kind to me when it really mattered and when it really was just so powerful to me. Addiction, alcoholism, it's a subtle foe, it's a quiet foe, and when you're clean and sober, sometimes these behaviors start coming up. You start becoming defensive or angry or quick to anger. Your tolerance for frustration goes down, and that's when it's important to self-intervene, you know, and look inside and go, what's going on in my life? Why am I gripping the steering wheel like this? And take that moment to look inside and maybe pick up the phone and call somebody else. Because if you take all of the movies and the money and the canceled sitcom out and you just leave in, you know, the humanity of it, you're describing people all over the world.
Yeah.
You know, it just so happens that Robin had this framework of celebrity, and it's just heartbreaking.
Yeah. And Mac, I understand you guys knew each other when you were a lot younger.
We did. You know, he watched out for me in the days with early, you know, in the 70s when both of us were just sort of baby addicts running around Los Angeles long before we even knew what sober meant. And he'd say, "You okay, kid? You need anything? I can get you in the club, you know. You okay?" And he was kind and just, you know, what everybody's saying is what I experienced. I was hit, I almost fell to my knees when I saw the news on my phone. I know that it affected so many people that way, whether they knew him or not. I hadn't seen Robin in decades, and I felt like I'd been punched in the gut.
Karamo?
Yeah, Mackenzie, hearing what she says, it's very heartbreaking, this whole thing about Robin Williams. But I wanted to bring up a new thing of, we're all in this same business of being in front of the camera. And I just want to start knowing is, when do we demand that the unions that are here to protect us start to make mental health and self-care a priority? Because I looked on IMDb and I saw that over 200 actors have died of suicide. And of course, that's a big number. And so where are the union, where are the people in our industry that are saying, hey, we need to start looking out, making mental health a priority? Because what I've noticed is that people feel more secure of saying they went to rehab than saying that I need mental assistance.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, the term rehab, Samantha, I don't know what the people are talking about when they say rehab anymore, as opposed, and I love this euphemism that's flying around now. He battled inner demons.
I know.
Listen, demons, guys, are what people talked about people suffering from when they had brain disorders in the Middle Ages. Demons, these are brain diseases. Why don't we talk about demons when somebody has a heart attack? We could.
Yeah.
We used to 300 years ago. Why don't we just call those demons when somebody's fighting a heart disease?
Yeah.
The fact is, brain disorders are precisely the same. Mac, I see you nodding your head.
Absolutely. I mean, chemical dependence and alcoholism and depression is about perceptions and thoughts. It's not about
broken perceptions and thoughts.
Your brain is hijacked by a chemical or by the lack of a chemical like, you know, dopamine or serotonin. And so therefore, you perceive the world as a threatening place. You said last night, Drew, are we going to fault someone because their heart is faulty?
Right.
No, it's the brain is an organ. The brain is where the problem centers.